Welcome back, trainers. So, seeing that I'm going to be going to GoFest, I need to clear out my bag. I've already done so a little bit. I've been talking about this video for a while, but new things keep coming up, new updates, new little events, so it just keeps postponing more and more, but we need to get it out. Even Garchomp agrees. He's like, get it over with, boy. Let's go. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into here. Yeah, I still haven't caught one of those. I haven't been pursuing them, really. Same with the Hippopotas. I've caught in one. It was like a 69 CP, something ridiculous. Traded it with Scarlet to see if we can get luckies. It'll be a time. I'll go and get those. So first of all, what we're going to do really quick is just delete these newer caught ones here. And then we're going to hit up Shinies, and we're going to discuss those. Now, if you're not aware, let's go by number first. There is the possibility, more than likely, I'm going to say a 95% chance at GoFest we're going to be able to make multiple lucky trades, or should I say multiple special trades. And in which case, if you are going, you want to make sure you hold on to shiny Pokemon or, you know, special trade legendaries, things like that. So I've transferred quite a few shiny Pokemon in the past couple days and months as well. The ones that I focus on transferring the most, that I don't really need hanging around all too often, are going to be the Community Day Pokemon. One, because everybody has them. Nobody really is going to be pursuing them unless you fully evolved one and it's in the Great League. Alright, so people are in pursuit of those, like the Venusaur right here. This is going to be in the Great League with, you know, the Community Day move. And as you may know, it keeps showing up in the Silph Arena Cups whenever it can be used because it is that great. Charizard is another fantastic one. This is unfortunately not it, but the other one is like on a 100% IV, so I need to possibly get a new one. Yeah, and also remember, at the end of the year, they're going to possibly let you do the evolutions for all the Community Day Pokemon that have been released for that year, much like we saw last year. So don't be so quick to transfer all of them. And I got that 100 shiny Sunglass Squirtle, which is quite amazing. So we're looking pretty good on our shinies here. Things that I would want to transfer, I already went through pretty much and got rid of a lot of them that I want. Other than that, there's still ones that I would transfer, but I'm going to hold on to them for after the GoFest deal because I know I'm going to be meeting up with a lot of people. And here's another problem that I'm going to be running into is my friends list is full. So I already know a lot of people who see me there are going to be like, all right, you want to trade? But we're not going to have that much friendship, and it's also, you know, I have to delete people to get them in my list. So hopefully in the future we're going to possibly be able to see trading being done with people that are just random. I don't know if Niantic will ever allow that, but let's just get this over with here. I'm starting to drag this on. So Chikorritas, I mean, I don't think people are going to even want those, to be honest with you. Cyndaquils, I kind of want them. I want to evolve one for the Great League and have Blast Burn, but personally right now as it is, I don't have one. My lowest one is 1986, literally my birth year. That's pretty awesome there. Totodiles, those can be transferred, absolutely. I don't want to sit here and transfer all these Pokemon on camera, but yeah, those can definitely go away. The Clefas, obviously we keep those. The Mareeps already transferred a few of those, and I decided to keep a couple just in case. I don't know. I'm just thinking about the future and Mega Evolutions. I don't know. It's probably not even worth keeping it. Another thing to consider is if you PvP, you're going to have a lot more Pokemon taking up your bag space here. And there's a shiny baby. People like to collect those. That's why I haven't really transferred it quite yet. Somebody just may want that, but it is a Community Day shiny. So people are probably going to be like, nah, I'm good. I am totally good on that. But moving down here, we have a bunch of the Larvitars. I'm on the fence about that. We'll probably transfer those in the future. But like I said, I'm going to be getting rid of a whole lot more. I am under 1,300 Pokemon, and I will be maxing out my backspace before I do go to Chicago, leaving me with plenty of space to catch Pokemon. So we're looking okay in that regard. Moving on down here, we've got a few Lotads. And that's the thing about the Community Days now is getting a whole bunch is fantastic, but then you're going to have to transfer them. And that's the hard part. Transferred quite a few Puzzle. I don't know what it is with them, but they just keep coming to me, the Shinies, especially when we had the little event when they were here. I had probably like 12 of them, no joke, all down the drain. Because what am I going to do with a bunch of Shiny Puzzle? Yeah, moving down here, we have quite a few of the Feebas. Looking great. Looking good. Cast forms, transferred those. Like, goodbye. Don't need them. Don't want them. Don't even care. Clan Pearls looking alright. I have one of each evolution, and that only took me 2 tries, evolving each one. So that was pretty nice. And we have the Salamence, which, another tip really quick for the Community Day Pokemon. If their IVs are horrible, but you have a whole bunch of candies, I recommend you evolve them if you don't have a lot of people to trade with at the moment. So in the future, if you do become lucky friends with somebody, you will be able to exchange these Community Day Pokemon that are actually meta relevant, therefore getting them lucky, and then you'll be able to power it up. Bingo bango, works great. Transferring shiny Beldums hurts as well. Holding on to those just a little bit longer. I don't need them. I can give them all away. I can transfer them all away. Kyogre, Groudon looking great. Roserade's awesome, looking good on all of these. And then the Meltan. All right, now let's go ahead and get into, let's remove shiny and just talk about this here. So what I focus on, it really varies from person to person. If you're somebody who doesn't really like to do short man raids, so you don't need a whole bunch of maxed out of one specific Pokemon, then you're going to be in a good position to get rid of a lot of stuff. And if you're not playing, say, PvP, you're not going to have that many Pokemon under 1500 that you need to keep. Personally, for me, I do the short man raids, I do PvP, and that is taking up an extreme amount of space in my bag. So with that said, there is my Charizard. I do believe it's like I think it's 100 or something. Simply amazing HP attack. Wow. And that's not good. You want the lowest attack. This is after the fact of the matter. It's not like I can just go out and find another Charizard under 1500 with Blast Burn. So have to wait for that opportunity to arise in the future. And you got to remember about your legacies. Remember, look them up. Don't want to just sit there and transfer everything. I've gotten rid of a ton of legacies in the past. Whole bunch of these Pikachu hats, I'm on the fence about these. I really want to get rid of a lot of them, but they are special, and you don't really want to just transfer them. You don't know when we're going to see them return. It's not like, oh my goodness, we're never going to see them again, because like every single event that comes around, Pikachu with the witch hat, more than likely we'll be seeing that again, right? Pichu hatching out of the eggs with the hat, but then again, it's not guaranteed, but more than likely we'll see it. So as it comes down to these events and we do have them come back, I'll just transfer them and hold on to the older ones, because as we know, the older the date, the better chance it will become lucky during that trade, especially the 2016s. So keep that in mind as well. So we're looking great on the Pikachus, all the different varieties there. Shiny. I got this one through the Ghost Snap. That was absolutely amazing. I did that at about 3 in the morning, half asleep. Thought it was going to be a common shiny. Come to find out, posted it, and people were like, what in the world, you actually got the shiny? And I was like, oh yeah, thought it was going to be common. Thought everybody was going to have it, and it was nothing special. I'm going to be trading this one here because I maxed it out for the Ultra League, trying to counter my friend's Pokemon, and I needed something with some quick ground moves, and this was it. But nah, not anymore. So it's going to be a 2018, so it's not that old. It has a secondary move purchase, so that is definitely going to be something to take note of when I'm trading. Anyways, moving on here, what do you personally want to keep? Top meta relevant Pokemon. That's pretty much it. Like the things I just specifically said, if you're not going to be doing short man raids and you don't need like 6 of one specific Pokemon or like 5 of them, you're not PvPing, you're going to be looking great. So I would have been able to get rid of this Golbat here, or even this Golbat, this lucky one. Why am I keeping this? I mean, I could evolve it into a Crobat, but I already have a Crobat maxed out. Is there a reason that I need 2 maxed out Crobats, or do you need 2 maxed out Crobats? Maybe for a specific challenge, but I'm more just hoarding those at this point, right? Because you cannot trade a lucky Pokemon off because it's already been traded. And then moving down the line, I have quite a bit of Persians. I had a lot more, got rid of them. That hurt a lot. Just recently got another lucky one from Scarlet. That was crazy. We had 3. It wasn't 3 back-to-back. It was 2 back-to-back, and then we had another Tentacruel lucky, and I forgot what I sent her. But yeah, I mean, what's with that? We haven't even became lucky friends. But they had older dates, so that is something to take note of. Unfortunately, no Arcanines with Legacy. Oh, I would die for one of those. Please, anybody out there, you hearing me? If you're on my friends list, If you have a bulldoze, contact me. I got you. All right. Then moving on, I had a bunch of Alakazams, transfer them because I have all the Mewtwo. You know, I don't. It's my bag space is just getting too full. Now here's the problem. Look at all the Machamps. Now, I don't think too many people are going to be looking like this here, unless you're doing those short man raids. But this is for the Dialga. I know a couple videos back I called it the Giratina for the Giratina duo. No, it was Dialga. I understand. Misspoke. Sometimes I do that. I'm human. Moving down here, we have some pretty old Pokemon. This one right here, obviously going to keep that. Do you need Tentacruels? I mean, if you're PvPing, yes, because they're pretty good. And this is the one I just recently got lucky. I just evolved it because I didn't want to look at its other evolution. And the Golems. All right, check it out. I had maxed out Golems. I transferred about 3 of those. I know, I should have traded them. They were 2016 and 17s as well, so they probably would have became Luckies. And what was odd is when I accidentally traded off my maxed out Origin Form Giratina, it became Lucky. Is there something like between having a maxed out Pokemon and becoming lucky? If that's happened to you, let me know in the comments. But got rid of those Golems that were maxed out. Why? Because I have Tyrannitars. Yes, I could have traded them, but it was in the heat of the moment. Should have thought about it a little bit better. And also, if you have Pokemon that you're trying to use for the Ultra League, need 2500 CP and under, that is also going to take up more space. And yeah, I got rid of a bunch of Farfetch'd. Don't need those. Have the couple here. I'm looking fine. The Grimers, they're high. And if you're holding on to your high IV Pokemon, like a 98, and you already have like 100 of, 200s of them, do you really need to keep that 98? Think about it. Yes, it's a great IV. It is. But what's the point of keeping it? You might as well just transfer it because you already have 100, right? If you don't have 100 and you have like 3 or 4 98s and they're not meta relevant, what's the point? It's just hoarding at this stage. So just let it go. It's hard to do it sometimes. I know you become attached to these Pokemon that you had in your inventory for so long, but it's about that time to get rid of them. Here we go. The Gengars. This is absurd. I know. But you know me. I'm a Gengar fan, and I have different varieties here. A lot of these were trades trying to get Luckies, and they just became bad, unfortunately. But I just can't come to transferring a Shadow Claw Gengar, even if the IVs turn bad. What if one day we're allowed to perhaps fix the IVs of Pokemon through some sort of training or some sort of candy or whatever the means may be? Then you're going to think back on that and be like, oh my gosh, why did I transfer that? Sorry, I know this is a transfer video and now I put some doubt in your mind. But when it comes down to the Shadow Claw Legacy Gengars, I'm not going to transfer those at the moment. I'm just going to hold on to those because they're pretty amazing. Hypnos. This one's a legacy here. We have Confusion Shadow Ball Focus Blast. There's no way I'm getting rid of that. I got this one from my friend. It's a lucky. Do I really need it? It is for the Great League. It doesn't have any legacy moves. Could transfer that, but there's no point really. I mean, this one's for trade because it's 2017. Possibly a lucky there. That Kingler is going to be for the Ultra League, so we're going to hold on to that. It's pretty nice. I like the performance. The Exegutors, I want a couple of those, the Alolan form and the regular ones. Now, if you're thinking, why you have so many Exegutors? Well, back in the day, they were pretty good, and I've transferred some that actually powered up. Not maxed out, but I had to get rid of them because they were just not really doing anything for me. But Confusion on this one, above the Great League, unfortunately. So that's Confusion, another Confusion, and another Confusion. Well, this has been traded to me. Why did I... Why did I? Let's just switch that here. There we go. So I have a bunch of Confusion ones. Is this one? No, that's not. How about... Oh, that's the one that was traded to me. Okay. So I have Confusion Exegutors, if you like those. Unfortunately, they're not going to be for the Great League, but they're still going to be there. Have low baby Cubones. I'm definitely not going to transfer these. I know there's somebody somewhere out there who would love to have those. And I know this video is going to be pretty long. We're only in Gen 1. I just want to run through here and show you what I have, right? Now, the Rhyperior, I think we'll get a community day. Maybe. So the Rhydons here are all great IVs. This is a 2016. Simply Amazing HP. Wow, it's not 100. I have my 100 over here. It's going to be this one, 2017. So if I do decide to trade these off, what's the point? It's already basically maxed out. But if somebody else has something that I would like, maybe I could trade. Or like I said, if it did receive a community day, I could simply evolve it, and they're pretty much maxed out and good to go. So things that in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they might have a community day in the future. I'm going to hold on to those. Tangela. Now, why are you holding on to these? Tangrowth is not that great. It's not that great. It's not horrible, but it's, it's okay. Well, it's another Pokemon that has not been released as a shiny, and Tangrowth's moves are not exactly great. And those are two things that are kind of hinting towards that it might receive a community day, and that's why I'm holding on to these. I could be wrong, obviously, so who knows? Just, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Holding on to that 98% Horsey, and then this Seadra here for trade, possibly, and then I have this one for the Great League. I think this is a bit of a hidden gem here because it does have Dragon Breath as well as Aura Beam, and yeah, it could show some great potential in some sort of cup somewhere. So I'm going to hold on to that for now. And then we have the Starmies, okay, the Scythers, the Jinx. I just transferred about 4 Jinx that were they're about this level here. I'd say about level 32. I just don't need them. We have Mamoswine that's outperforming it now. So it's got to go. Obviously, keep the 100, right? Pincers, could get rid of those. Don't know why I'm holding on to so many of them. I don't think that's so many, really. Got the Shinies. That's obviously going to be for trading here. So we're looking all right there. As far as that goes, the Gyarados, man, I was stacked on these back in the day. And, of course, I have 200s. I'm not going to transfer those. Those are 2016s. But, honestly, I would be up for trading those. I don't care. They're not going to stay hundreds. I mean, there's a possibility that they can become lucky 100, but not likely. And also we have Mega Evolutions in the future, so this may be something I may want to completely max out one day for Mega Gyarados, because that could be a monster. But like I said, they are 2016s and pretty much almost a guaranteed lucky. Almost. Not guaranteed, though. We have the Lapras Day coming up. We don't need to go over those. These are legacies, so Frost Breath and Ice Beam. And that's... Dragon Pulse is legacy. Then we have Dragon Pulse again, so can't wait to get the newer shiny. It's not going to be Saturday, it's Sunday. We have the Eevees waiting for possible evolutions in the future for Leafeon, Glaceon, and other things, So just going to hold on to those for a bit. The Vaporeons, I could get rid of those. You know me, I've never liked to use them. I've always wanted to use alternatives. Has this been traded? Absolutely not. Wow, 2016. This is trade. This is trade material right here. So, yeah, that's looking great. Back in September. Holy moly. All right, so we have the shiny with the Last Resort, and this is 2017, 100. If you remember, I made that video. I did the raid, and it ended up being 100. And so that's pretty nice. Plenty of Jolteons. Don't need all those. That's why a couple are marked up as trade. Then the Flareons, I just hold on to those because I like Flareon. I only have 3 of them. I do believe a couple came from a friend. This is 100 right here. Look at how old that is. That's pretty darn old. And then we have this one here. This one came from a friend. Yep, one of my best friends. And I just evolved this one. Unfortunately, it's not in the Great League. We are in Gen 1. And wow, this is taking forever. Snorlax, it's up to you. But personally, I have my old school ones, then the Lucky, and then my little baby here, and then the Great League one. So that's why I have so much Pokemons, because for different specific reasons. The 2 maxed out ones are for gym dropping. I have quite a few of the Articunos marked up for trade, as well as transferring them. Back a couple months ago, up until a couple months ago, I was holding on to about 9 of each legendary. But as you can see, I still have 9 of those and 9 Moltres. But I'm starting to lose that kind of mindset of holding on to 9 of them. 9, why? Because we're seeing the pattern. They just keep coming back and back and back with better moves. So it's like, you know what? Let's get rid of these. And then I have a bunch of Dragonites here. And they're Dragonites. They're good for many different things. So I'm holding on to those. And now the Mewtwo's. Didn't do this on camera because I knew a lot of people would hate it. But I transferred a lot of them. Okay, because we did have them in the raids. And yeah, it was about that time to transfer them. And you couldn't get Shadow Ball on them, so what was the point of holding on to them? And I do have a couple here for trade. I do believe one of them is a Shadow Ball, so yep, that one's up for grab. Ice Beam was up for grab, so, and then these other ones down here that I've just, little prizes that I've gotten from other people that I'm just holding on to. And then we have the Chikoritas. Oh my gosh, dude, you know what? I honestly want to transfer them, but it's just going to take up so much time for the video because you have to double confirm. Cyndaquils, those can most definitely go. Totodiles, we've been over this already. And look at all the Feraligators. Do I really need all these? And this is what I was going over. I evolved a whole bunch though, so I could possibly trade people in the future and get that, you know, lucky trade with them so we can both get these and max them out. And if you're thinking, okay, well, you have other Pokemon that are outperforming it, like legendaries. Yeah, but at the same time, we have more candies for these. It's more accessible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Moving down here, I have 100 Spinarak. Like, you know, it's things like that you contemplate, what am I doing with my life in this game? Yeah, you know, it's a baby 100. Some people actually collect those, so never mind. Take that back. 100 Pichu with the hat. That's pretty awesome right there. And then I just have the regular Pichu. Just want to hold on to one regular. Then we have that Gardener one. Another Santa hat Pichu at 2017. That's why I'm holding on to that, possibly for a trade. And then one of each. Another one, regular one. This is from Holly though. And I kind of want to keep that one. It's a little trophy. And then another Pichu hat. Why? See, that can be, you know, I can get rid of that, but it's from 2017. So higher possibility for a lucky. And I really need to transfer a lot of these. That other Pichu with the hat, it's from 2018. It's not even that old. Gotta go. See you later. All right, have a 100. There's no point. The Cleffa, like to have one regular one as well as the Shinies. The Shinies are up for trade. Oh, and speaking of that, this one came from Singapore. I'm not too sure who gave me this on 420. So whoever you were, I think it might actually been from either Nick or Holly. One of them. I really don't remember which gift I opened up, but whoever it was, thank you, because I got a shiny out of it, and back to back as a matter of fact. And then the other one came from Anchorage right on 420 as well. So pretty amazing there. Pretty amazing. Now this Satu is obviously for traders. No, I don't need it. It's over the Great League, and it's not going to be, I mean, it can be okay going up against specific raids, but I have other Pokemon to do that. Shiny Mareeps, do you need those? I'm holding on to them for the future megas possibly, or maybe even trades. But who's going to ask you, hey, do you have a Shiny Mareep? I would love that from you. Nobody. Said nobody. And then we have the these ones here, you know, Blossoms. I love this Pokemon. I really do. That's why I maxed this one out back in the day. And wow, if I would have known we were going to get the PvP in these specific leagues, I would have kept a lot of these Pokemon under 1500. But hey, it is what it is. I have this one. We're looking great. Anyways, moving on here, I have the 100 Azumarill as well as another one for trade. The Sudowoodos, what are those? What are you going to use those for? They're an okay, you know, pure rock attacker. Don't plan on maxing any of them out. If I did, it would be this one here. But hey, it is there. Then we have a Politoed in the Great League and a couple Sunfloras. The Yanmas, we have already evolved a bunch into Yanmega, which we're going to see here in a moment. Got the Quag and the Great, and then a few shiny Espeons, regular Espeons, and then some Umbreons, one for trade. Oh, take a look. You see it's at 1567, right? Now look at this. Last resort. So somebody who wants to trade me this one day, if it does drop into the Great League, well, you're going to be one lucky person there. So that's up for grabs for sure. Because personally, it's useless to me. Useless to me. All right. And if you're like, oh, you have another one. What about that one? Yeah, well, it doesn't have it. It's Dark Pulse. And this one's Dark Pulse as well. Don't really want to just transfer those right away because I did have to walk the kilometers. I'd figure somebody would enjoy trading one of those maybe one day. Okay, moving down here, they got the Lucky Mischievouses. Don't have that many unknowns because I don't go to events and I don't try to rush from one side of town to the other when somebody posts it to get them, because you never know if you're gonna make it or not. Girafarig, just holding on to a couple of those. I like to hold on to a few specific Pokemon, and there are going to be Pokemon that I do not have. I've caught them before, but I just completely transferred them all together. I couldn't tell you exactly which ones. We can really find out if we wanted to, but no worries here. I have a lot of Scizors. Why? Because they're good, and I like them. And here we go, talking about those, short manning raids, doing specific challenges with specific Pokemon. So this is why, I have so much Pokemon in my bag. And if you're thinking you have so much Pokemon in your bag, please, I'm at 1800 and I don't know what to transfer. Well, I know what to get rid of and I know what to keep here. So we have Heracross, obviously not going to transfer those because I haven't been to any events. One in the Great League, and this one is above the Great League, but it's still special. It came from a friend of mine. And then the maxed out one here. This was my first one, right? And yeah, Sneasels. I could do without those, honestly. I really could do without those. Holding on to them for I don't know what. Got the Ursa Ring there, Magcargo for the Ultra or the Great League. May want to power that up for this specific Rainbow Cup, even as a matter of fact, to give it a shot. Well, who knows? Octillery, it's above. I don't know if I really want this. We are going to be getting that new move on it soon, maybe, possibly. So I do want to hold on to at least one of those. We'll see. The Delibirds. I had a lot more chance for them. I'm just holding on to a couple. Once we get a new event, I'll just probably transfer every single one that I get, unless I find a good IV one. To Mantine here. Do I need this one? No. I will transfer this one. I mean, hold on. Make sure it's not 100 or something. Oh, it's decent. Okay, we can get rid of it. And whoa. Okay. Just making sure it's not the one that has two moves. And it's pre-evolution. Just a little heads up. If you want to use this for the Rainbow Cup, do not purchase that move when it is a evolved form like this. Purchase the secondary move when it's a baby, because you will have a significant Stardust cut. Big time, right? And then we have this 1813 Skarmory. I mean, what am I going to even do with this? Is it good? Strong HP. I mean, I know these are the only few Pokemon that I've transferred on camera. But like I said, I don't want this to be like an hour-long video, so I'll transfer them later and just kind of give you my thoughts. Houndooms. I mean, look at this. Look at that. That sucks. It's 5 right over the Great League. And this is going to take me back to what I was talking about of hopefully we'll be able to actually bring CP down. I honestly would give up Stardust to do that. I mean, could you imagine if I could just bring a few CP down? And a lot of you are arguing, well, that's going to not make it as nice. You're supposed to match up these specific CPs to get them in the Great League intentionally. If people can just bring the CP down just like that, then it's going to, it's going to suck, because all the Pokemon you work so hard to get in there for that specific CP, they're going to become not useless, but they're not going to be so special anymore, right? I understand that. Moving on here, the Donphans. I don't need this many. I have the maxed out one at exactly 3,000. That's awesome. And then this is just when I was going crazy when PvP came out, basically. I bought a secondary move right there for the Ultra League. This is a 98 from 2017, which I could trade to somebody and possibly have a higher lucky chance. And then we have the Great League one. And yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of Stardust, wasted a lot of Stardust when PvP first came out, just making things, buying secondary moves, powering them up for Master and Ultra League. Like, oh my gosh. I went from 10 million Stardust to 5 million Stardust in one day. Ooh, that hurt a lot. Really did. Porygon, saving those for Community Day. Pretty sure we're going to get that. 100 Stantler, obviously going to hold on to that. Schmirgles, holding on to those, I suppose, for now until I can trade them off. I think a lot of them would trade it to me anyways. Let me see here. Yeah, that one. That one's up for trade. This one's pretty cool. I mean, it has Vine Whip Frenzy Plant. Not bad. But what are you going to power a Schmirgle up for that? I mean, no. Draco Meteor and Meteor Mash. That's useless. And the Tyrogue. That's going to get it. Something's happening with that. I'm not too sure what is going to happen, but there's something that's going to revolve around that and its evolutions and possibly being able to see what it's going to evolve into without having to guess. Because if you have two stats that are going to be like 15 and 15, it could be random, right? And much like the new Eevee evolutions, let's look at it. It might have already took effect. Did it already take effect? So it's going to go into Hitmontop. Did it do that before? No, it didn't. All right, so there it is. Much like the new Eevees, when you pick Leafeon or Glaceon, it will show which one you're about to go into if you did the name trick or if you're under the specific lure set for them. Looks like you can just see it now. Before it didn't have that, it just said evolve. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. So that's pretty neat. Nice. And then the Raikus, a lot of those are marked trade. I don't want to just transfer them. Like I said, the Go Fest, multiple special trades. You don't want to get rid of all these because then what? You get there and you have nothing to trade. And you're like, oh, well, sorry, I got a Squirtle just caught. If you want that. I haven't marked up any of the Suicunes because they're hidden powers and hidden powers legacy. And I'm not trading that. Yeah, let's see. I think this one's... I could TM it to see... Oh, no. What am I... Duh, it's legacy. I just said it. Yeah, TM it. Get it. Right. Yeah, so the ones that don't have hidden power, I'll trade those. But the ones that do, not getting rid of those. Not like they're super special, like good or anything, but they're legacy, so I'm holding on to them. Can transfer the Larvatars. Good amount of Tyrannitars here. We have Smackdown, Bite Crunch, Smackdown, Stone Edge, secondary move on that one. Smackdown. Nah, I made a lot of those. Look at that. Bite and Crunch. This is the... oh, man, it's not Smackdown. Of course it's not. So, yeah, we're looking okay on those. Because Tyranitar, Smackdown, and Stone Edge is great, as well as Bite and Crunch. It's a good Pokemon, for sure. A lot of Lugias here for trade, as you can see. Ready to go. As far as the Hoes, a lot of those for trade. I marked them up as well. Tricos. I'll get rid of those later. And here is another set that I evolved a whole bunch with the Community Day move because it's actually meta relevant. That's been traded to me. But I did make a bunch, so I am ready to go for people who need those possibly and were missed out on the event, especially the Shinies as well. Looking great. Did the same with Blaziken. It's actually meta relevant. Made a bunch, ready to go for trades, mirror trades possibly, so we can get Luckies. Mudkip's Community Day is going to be coming up sooner than later. I definitely want to hold on to all of these. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, their IVs are all pretty good. 15, 14. I mean, so we're holding on to all those. As far as what move it's going to get, is it going to get Muddy Water or Hydro Cannon? Probably Hydro Cannon. Yeah, probably that, as every starter's just getting the same move over and over again. Blaziken to get the TM deal. They might do something similar for Swampert. Yeah, you can TM Muddy Water. Cool. Sounds good. If you missed out, if you want to waste your TMs, then go ahead and do that. They still need to make it so, yes, make the TMs rare, but also make it so we can pick the move. And I went over this before. If we can't just simply pick it, okay, fine. Well, then let us use 3 TMs, and then at that point, let us pick it. All right, we can have the option to just use 1 TM to get a random move, or use 3 TMs to pick the move that we really want. Because you can waste 6 or 7 going through a whole set, like something like Hitmonchan with a massive move pool, or possibly Blaziken, and just keep bouncing back between 2 moves. Best thing you can do though is purchase a secondary move, and if they did have just 3 moves for their charges, all you have to do is TM it once and you'll get that move. Simple as that. No big deal. But moving along here, Swellow, shiny and non-shiny. All right. And a lot of these other ones in between here, just, I don't know why I'm holding on to them. Of course, you know why I'm holding on to the routes. Obviously, Community Day that we're waiting for that still isn't here, which I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it still hasn't come yet. So that's why I have a ton of these. I do. Oh yeah, there's that 100 that I got through a raid. That was crazy. Crazy cool. And as you see, I've only evolved and made 2 Gardevoirs because, you know, one's for the Great League, just to test it out. And then I have the maxed out one that I got on day 2. Yeah, literally. So when it was released, I go plus like a 98, and then I just evolved it, put rare candies into it, and went for it. It's pretty crazy. Masquerain, holding on to those for possibly a future cup. And a lot of these other Pokemon that I'm not really talking about too much, I'm holding onto them for specific cups as well, just because, right? And if you're thinking, okay, should I do the same in IPVP? Should I hold on to them? Yeah, but check their IVs. You want the lower attack. If you have max attack in them, then it's not really something you want to look for the specific Great League, unless it maxes out under 1500 CP or right underneath it for their specific type, like a Mawile or something like that, or a Metacham. The Breilooms, looking okay. Holding on to those because they're great. They're great things. Massive attack. It's almost outperforming a champ. The only thing is it's just very low stamina and HP. It just falls so quickly. Especially with Grass Knot and Bullet Seed, it's a great grass attacker. So that is something to take note of. We have the Slack Off Community Day coming up. All right. Only made 2 Slackings. Ninjax, I think I did this off camera, guys, because like I said, I'm not powering up, purchasing secondary moves in front of you all anymore too much because I want to keep my Pokemon kind of a secret. But as I'm running through all of them right now, you haven't really seen all their moves. So I haven't really given everything away, but you see what I currently have. Haven't purchased a secondary move. It's going to cost 75,000. How much is this one? So even if you do it at its pre-evolution, it's going to cost the same. So that one's a very, very steep investment, but it should be proving worthy. I was talking about the Bug Cup that we're going to be seeing next that we currently have for the Rainbow, but they pulled a tricky one on us, and it's only going to be for Gen 1 and 2, so this one cannot participate. But that's okay. We never know in the future. Then we have those Shinies. Just holding on to those, right? Hariyama, great Pokemon. Azumarill, just holding on to those. I got the shiny, very nice. Got a 96 nose pass. Don't need it. Absolutely useless. So we'll just transfer that. It's a 96, but you don't want that. I don't want that. If it had like 3 in attack, it'd be great, but I do believe I hatched that, I think. Anyways, I got the Skitty here. I don't even have its evolution. I mean, I've caught it in the wild, but I don't have one currently in my inventory because there's no point for me to have it. What am I going to do with that? Just look at it? I'm good. I got a couple of the Sableyes for trade, as well as that maxed out one. A shiny Mawile, as well as a lucky one. And then the Agrons, I just got done transferring a bunch of those, as a matter of fact, and trading off a couple of shinies as well. I don't want them anymore. This was the first shiny that I found, and I invested rare candies immediately. Pretty crazy to think about that, right? But it was the first day it was released, new shiny, and it got a lot of attention, so that's why I do it. I have the 100 here, and then a 15, 14, 15, for whatever reason I want to evolve that one day. Who knows? Might receive a new move, and I can simply evolve it, and I get it when I evolve instead of wasting the TM. Got a bunch of Metatite shiny. Got another 100 for sure. Definitely I got to trade that off, because if you trade 100, it doesn't do anything. It could just become worse. It's not going to stay 100 for the other person. Don't see any point of powering up 2 of them right now, because I already have this one, which is 100. So we're looking great. And I already have a shiny Metatite. So pretty cool. All right, moving along here. We have the Plusles like we went over. The Manectric in the Great League, which I haven't powered up or bought a secondary move for. The Sharpedos that I made for a video. And yeah, that's pretty much why I'm holding on to those. I don't really want to get rid of them. I think I could trade those off. Sharpedo is actually pretty cool. It's just very fragile. It does a massive amount of damage. Still deciding on what I want to do with those. The Wailmer, obviously that shiny, going to keep it for possibly some sort of special breakthrough that's going to require us to evolve it in the future. Although going to GoFest, I'm pretty sure the Jirachi's coming, and the tasks for the people of attending GoFest are going to be very easy. You know how they do that, and then later on when they release it for the world, then it becomes more difficult, right? Then I got all the different Spindas here, the Torkoal from people that went to events and traded me, and Trapinch, just holding on to a couple of those because I don't know, maybe we'll receive a community day for it, probably, maybe not gonna cross my fingers, don't really care. Have the Altaria, somebody traded me the shiny, very nice. Unfortunately, it's above the Great League. Got the 100 Seviper, so that's looking pretty nice. And the secondary one that I literally caught this at 15. I Go Plus this. Yeah, Go Plus it at 1500, so it's perfect for the Great League. Zangoose, holding on to that because, you know, you just want one of those for sure. Lunatone and Solrock. Just need a couple of those each. I was holding on to 3 Soul Rocks for a specific special thing I was trying to do with somebody in a battle, and probably I'll get rid of that. 1986, I'm going to hold on to that nice date there. Then we have the Wish Cache. I don't have one powered up for competitive play yet. I do have a 100, but I don't think that's going to be in my best interest. I should probably go with the lesser ones. May not be great. Attack. Ew. I mean, this one seems decent. Let's see what this one is. Simply amazing defense. All right, so we'll decide on that later. Crawdaunt got one of those. Claydol. Oh, that's cool. I probably should purchase a secondary move. That's like a very good CP there. I want to get that Earth Power. It's really nice on that. Got the Leaps. Had a lot of the Leaps, and then Cradleys. I transferred a lot of them because there is no point. Have one from Spain. That's where my mom is from. So pretty cool that somebody was able to go there and get that for me. Thank you, Chirk. Much appreciated. And let's see here. If you're wondering what my nationalities, quite a few things. French, Spanish, Costa Rican, and a few others. But mostly French. I think it's like 70%. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Got the Feebas going there. Got the Almondo. What's the point? What's the point of this thing, right? I don't like this Pokemon, really, the design. Sorry if you do. It's just my feelings there. Obviously, hold on to the Feebas, the Melodics, and the Castform, different forms there. As far as the Shinies, I'll probably get rid of those. Then we have the Shuppets. I'll just hold on to those, as well as the evolutions there. Looking good. The Tropiuses, the failed one. Look at that. That's the failed one that I invested rare candies into. Powered it up right past. Did I purchase secondary move? Oh my gosh, that would have been just. Whew, that would have been the worst. That's the one there, looking great. And let's see here. So yeah, guys, I mean, I'm just running through my Pokemon so you have a good idea as to what I have going on here and what my inventory looks like. Because you see me scrolling through it a lot of times, but you never see me really talking about it. You're like, whoa, what's going on with the Salamence there, Poke? Well, like I said, making a whole bunch so I can trade them off. And they all have Outrage. So if you need one, shiny, come talk to your boy. I got you covered. But I want something good in return. All right, and then the Beldums again. We already went over those. The Metagross, it's just one of the best for damage output in the game. It's amazing. So of course I made a bunch of those. Then we have the Regis. Okay, don't need much of those. The Latias, a lot of them are marked trade. And as well as these, got the shiny going for one of each of those. And then the Kyogres, Groudons. All right, we're getting towards the bottom here. A lot of Rayquaza for trade. A lot for trade. And the Deoxys, which I need to get rid of. That's way too much. I don't need to hold on to them. The attack form is completely useless. Yes, it is putting off the most damage in the game as far as just complete damage output, but I'm never going to power one up. There's no point. I'm not going to power one up. I'm sorry. I don't have enough raids in my area to hit all those and get the rare candies to just dump into something like that that's going to last 3 seconds in battle going up against a raid. All right, so finishing it off, we got the other gen Pokemon that I'm holding on to for future community days. I know that's going to be in quite some time. Luckies, the Badoo, I'm definitely going to keep those because they can evolve into the best grass attacker and poisons attacker in the game. So yeah, we're definitely going to hold on to that. To make a full team of those one day, possibly. And just to have it get outperformed by something else. But it doesn't look like it anytime soon, so we're okay on that. Got the Rampardos, and I have a couple here for trades. Is this one? Oh yeah, dang. This has been traded to me. I don't think it's great. Strong HP. Yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to transfer that quite yet. I think this is a hatch for trade as well. Yep, definitely for trade. Cool, so I can mirror trade with those. Shieldon's there. Hatch. And okay, traded. So why am I holding on to this? What am I? Decent? It's got to go. See ya. All right, so that one's gone. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Pachirisus. The old Pachis. Now I'm holding on to a whole lot of these so I can give people authentic ones from Alaska. People got really upset at me for saying that the ones at GoFest weren't authentic. I didn't go off on like any rant or anything like that. I just simply said, hey, I have the authentic ones. And, just singing in a joking way, but so many people got upset about that. I don't understand. Like, well, it's a code in the game. It's all the same. Like, yeah, sure it is, really. But this one says from Alaska. But anyways, got a bunch of those. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on here. The Weasel. It's pretty good. I have one for the Ultra or for the Great League. So we'll see how that works out. And those are going to be for trade. The Shellos. Yep. Because I want a Lucky myself, and I know people are going to want those too, possibly from me. And the Ampipom, I just got done transferring like 6 of those. I made a video, I evolved like 10 of them for some reason, because I just have so many Sinnoh Stones. It's just ridiculous. That one's for the Great League. This one's just a high CP. This one's just shiny, and then this one's a Lucky Baby. That's pretty much why I'm keeping all those. And then the Benaries. Why am I keeping these? What's going on here? Strong. Okay, this can just go. There's no point. What am I holding on to that? If it's not 100, then it can go. Simply amazing attack, defense. Wow. I mean, that's pretty good, but it's not like these things are great anyways for any sort of specific reason. So goodbye. Disregard the name you saw there. All right, moving along here. Yeah, we got just a couple of these and those and skunk tanks for trade. And yeah, I don't know what's with the Happies. Those are just for trade. Okay, got the maxed out Spiritomb, which, me, maxing out things right when they come out. Yay! I was actually planning on trading somebody this when that has one that it's for the Great League. I'm still down to do it. The only thing I'm requesting is if you purchase a secondary move on yours. So that would be great. So that one has a secondary move on it. Got the Munchlax for trades. Got 200s. So obviously I'm going to keep those. Got a Riolu set for trade as well. So hopefully we can get some people in the Great League with a Lucario. Got the Drapion maxed out for the Ultra League and have one for the Great League. Hippopotas. There's that one I was telling you that we just mirror traded and it just dropped even worse from 69. And I got some Krogans for trade and a lucky one. Toxicroak's amazing. Got the Great League. Got the maxed out one. Maxed out, right? Got a couple of Weavile, which honestly, these are worthy of powering up. I wouldn't say a full team, but 2 or 3 for sure, because they're great dark attackers. Depends. If you're the kind of person who likes to make a full team and you're just balling like that with a whole bunch of raids and you can do all that stuff around you, then shoot, go for it. But for me personally, we don't have like the best, area for grinding. So Stardust is limited and I have to choose wisely in what I power up. Got the Magnezones going there. Those are pretty good. I just made a bunch because of the hype, right when it first came out, and I had them ready to go. And I spent a little Stardust on this one. I didn't purchase a secondary move on any of these because you don't want to do that. They're not something you want to purchase a secondary move for. Okay, currently at least. Maybe for some sort of cup in the future, possibly. But as it is now, just Spark and Wild Charge, guys. Right? Rhyperior, fantastic Pokemon, so good. Do you need a bunch? Not quite. What are you going to use it for? As a rock attacker, Tyranitar outperforms it. What are you going to use it for regarding the ground type? Groudon outperforms it, and now Garchomp does. So it's still cool. I mean, it has Surf. I mean, what kind of coverage is that? It's wacky. So yeah, Rhyperior is great. Love that Pokemon, really do. The design, that orange color on that gray, looks good. Electivire. Now this is something you want a full team of if you are that ballin'. What 2016 trade? Why did I do that? What am I doing? Simply amazing attack. Wow. What? No, it's not for trade. Get back here, boy. No, I'm keeping that. I think I was just, I don't know, trying to clean out my inventory. I was like, oh, it's 2016. Maybe somebody wants to have almost a guaranteed lucky, even though they're not guaranteed anymore. But the older they are, the more higher chance you have, right? Couple Togekisses. Don't really need a bunch of those maxed out. They're pretty nice to drop in gyms and to go up against specific raids, but I just wanted a shiny and non-shiny, and this one is for the Ultra League. And then we have the Yanmega team here because I'm a Yanmega fan, and that's just the way I roll. Haven't maxed all of them out. I haven't even really come close to maxing all of them out, but they're hitting their breaking points. Well, not these ones, but these two. It's going to get outperformed by Pinsir and almost Caesar-ish. They're really on the fence with each other. Got the new Glaceon and Leafeons. 3 of the Glaceons, 2 Leafeons, just because. Mamoswine, another Pokemon you're going to want a bunch of because it is going to be fantastic as a pure ice attacker, and it is going to be doing great as a ground attacker as well. It's going to be number 3. It's going to go Groudon, Garchomp, and then this for ground attackers. This is going to be your number 1 ice attacker, so take note of that. That's why I have those with all the ice moves. And I do believe I have a couple for trade. Yeah. Doesn't have the ice moves on them, just has the Community Day Ancient Power. Ooh. All right, then we have the Porygons. I don't want to make more of these because there's no point at all. The charge moves suck. I mean, they're good, but if you're trying to use them for PvP, they're not worthy for anything, really. You could pull them up in the rear if they had no more shields and you can finally get off your charge without fainting, then sure. I'm just going to wait for the Community Day, then I'll go ham on those and make a bunch. We have the Glades, one in the Ultra League and one in the Great League. So, yeah, looking good on those. Probopass, made one of those, very nice. And then we have our Ghosts, okay. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up, folks. And, yeah, I got the Cresselias that's coming back. Those are both traded to me. And then the Meltan Shinies. So how many Shinies I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Well, I have 5 and then the Melmetal. So there you have it, trainers. I just wanted to run through my Pokemon so you can see what I have going on here. Give you an idea as to, what I'm working with and my thoughts slightly. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Good luck out there cleaning your inventory. And if I had to give you any more advice on transferring Shinies, Community Day Pokemon. You don't need all those. Get rid of them. Everybody has them. Well, not everybody. A lot of people do. Don't get rid of all of them, but just if you have an extreme abundance of them, and if you have like 598s of something that's not meta relevant, get rid of a few. What do you really need all those for? It's just taking up your space. Anyways, with that said, trainers, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.